Hi everybody, it is Max. Macintosh is back again for another video. This week's video is going to be another speed build. This is going to be the first of many in a series, kind of. I built this house based off a house I saw in real life, and I have a list of houses that I've driven by that I think would be really fun to build. Not necessarily exactly, but very, very close. And this one was kind of a ranch farm style house. At least that's what I was trying to go for. It does have a garage, which is virtually useless in The Sims 4, but I put a little skill building area in there, do some woodworking, and just a bunch of knickknacks to clutter it up and make it look like a garage. Could always turn that into more bedrooms or a skill building room or something like that if you take out all the clutter. Whatever you feel is best. As you can see, I am doing this very strangely. I kind of built the outside, and then I didn't quite make a room until, just now. And that's just because I was trying to get the shape and the layout right, but I ended up having to abandon that because it was just impossible to get the layout how I wanted, because I looked up the house. I was able to find it on the internet and kind of see the layout roughly, but it just wasn't doable. But I did my best, and it still fits the vibe, and that's what I was going for. And it's a little different than my normal layout. Normally, I would not lay it out like this. I would have never thought to, so that's also good, because then it lets me do something different. And as I do a lot of the time, you can see I place a lot of filler furniture just to make sure stuff fits and to figure out the layout exactly, and then I go back and change it to what I actually want later on, because it is a farmhouse style, so it's kind of old-fashioned. It's going to end up being a lot of dark wood, and I think it looks nice. I end up moving this build to another lot in a minute or a few minutes. I can't exactly remember when, because I decided to do a lot on the outside in terms of landscaping and such, which is quite strange for me because I don't like to do the landscaping particularly. I just don't know what to do with it half the time, but I decided that the farmhouse style kind of just needs it. And I ended up going through debug for hours and hours. I think I spent like 6 hours on this build, and I swear to God, 3 of those hours was just scrolling through debug. I just complained about scrolling through debug like 2 videos ago. I think it was on my spooky build. I will link that in the card and down below if you would like to see that video. But anyways, I just complained about scrolling through debug, and then this build, I was like, yes, I would love to suffer. I will scroll through debug. Now you can see that I've moved a lot, because I needed a bigger lot to do all the landscaping, and I moved it into like the back left corner of Willow Creek, I think. I can't exactly remember which house it is, but it's in Willow Creek in like the rich people area, because it had bigger lots over there, and I just think the landscaping around that area of the neighborhood just fits better. And then we jump back inside a little bit. This build is really flippy floppy. We'll go inside, outside, basement, upstairs, this room, that room. I apologize. I usually try to make it cohesive when I'm building for a video, just so it's easier to watch, but I do zip around a lot. I don't know what to tell you. I just wasn't in my right mind, apparently, building this. I really was having a rough day, though, when I was building this. I was not having a good time, so that probably did not help anything. But it still ended up being real nice, I think, and it's cute. I love this old-fashioned traditional vibe. I always build this style, but I love it. I think it's cute. And I love this chair and little ottoman thing from Cats and Dogs. I think it's super cute. I love it so much, and I don't use it enough because I often try to do base game. So obviously Cats and Dogs is a base game, but I should use it more because I think it's real nice. I did my classic entryway stuff, my classic decorations in the living room. I tried to mix it up a little bit. I added that suitcase of books that I think's from Cats and Dogs. And then next to the chair, I added this seasons, I think, table sized down, and then I put stuff on it, but then it was floating, so then I put a shelf on top to kind of add a little bit of excitement and make it so it wasn't floating, which I thought was kind of fun. And I still think it looks normal. It doesn't look out of place, I don't think. Or at least that's what I tell myself. And the walls are pretty bare because the house, that what I saw was fairly bare, like the walls were like an off-white, and so I just kept that theme because I hate picking wallpaper and I'm trying to go for realism here, follow in the real life house that I'm building this off of. But of course, there's a lot of things that like just don't exist in the game, so there's a lot of creative liberty here. It's not close to one to one. It's more like if I can, I will, but if I can't, I'll do what I want. Yeah, and I tried to use the Jungle Adventure cabinets for a minute just for something different. I feel like I never use them anymore, and I used to really like them, but then I end up using these base game ones because they're real traditional, and this house is real traditional. It's like a ranch, old farmhouse. And the Jungle Adventure cabinets, I just feel like didn't fit very well. And the layout is quite weird. I would have loved if we had those like two-sided upper cabinets like we had in The Sims 3 to put over the bar, because I feel like that's real like old school style. But we don't have those, and just having the normal cabinets float above the counter I just thought was weird. And I don't know if that would like block the Sims from being able to use it, because it would just be floating and I'd probably put it in the wrong spot and block their way. And we don't want that. And it's not that important. It was just something I thought about and kind of wanted, but didn't end up working out. And that's alright. Sometimes it'd be like that. Or be like that a lot, building. And over here in the dining room, I realized it was quite a small space. I still ended up putting 6 chairs right by those 3 bar chairs. I'm pretty sure they can walk around on the left side to get to the door, but I'm not so sure about the right side. I didn't play test it, but The Sims 4 are pretty smart in the sense that they can maneuver around these places real well, so I'm assuming it's fine. If not, I'm sorry, you just have to fix it, and I'll have to be better for next time. And we're in the bathroom now, and the wallpaper in here is terrible. I understand that, I completely agree. But that's the vibe I'm going for. I feel like these old people's houses have like this horrid wallpaper, where it was super popular maybe back when they built the house in like 1960 or 50 or whenever they built the house. But now we look at it and we're like, this is ugly. Why, oh why, did they make that decision? And so that's what I did here. I made a terrible decision, or a good decision, realism, but terrible in the sense that it's ugly. I think it's ugly, but I think that's kind of fun, kind of funny. And here back by the kitchen, we've jumped, and there's like this weird hallway to the laundry room and another bathroom back there. That was just the house design, and I thought it was kind of funny. I don't know. It's like this random hallway of nothing. And I was able to put like some pet bowls over there and some pet toys. It's kind of the pet area. If you got a dog, you can play in this house. Doesn't really function for a cat. You'd have to add a scratching post and a litter box. But you could fit that in if you really wanted. You can do anything if you wanted. You could replace some of the stuff in the laundry room for the litter box, rearrange a little bit. It'll be easy. It's hard for me to build for like, cats and dogs or laundry rooms because I don't often use those packs, and so I never build laundry rooms or spaces for cats and dogs, so I don't really know what works and what doesn't. So I would need to work on that a little bit, build more with all these packs, but I don't know if I will, because like I always say, I feel bad using packs. This one uses a lot of packs. I'm pretty sure like a lot of packs, because I was just going wild, just feeling crazy, I guess, that day, because I was feeling down. I didn't want to do a limited build. That just wasn't gonna work that day. But I'll try to be more limited in the future when I do these. If I do use packs, I'll try to only use a couple. But I think I've said this before, and if I haven't, here I am saying it now. If you don't already know, when you go on the gallery and look for a build, it tells you what packs are used. And you are able to click on those packs and then click view items used, and then you can see all the items used. So like, for example, if there's a million packs, but like 5 of the packs you don't have, the only thing they use in them is like a plant or a picture or like one singular thing that doesn't matter, you can still download it anyway and it will hardly affect the build. You'll have to replace a plant or something maybe, and that's it. But you can still download them. I do that a lot, or not as much anymore because I have a lot of the packs, but especially before, when I just had a couple of packs, I would just always look for that and be like, oh, it's only a few things, or it's just missing a bed. I can pick my own bed. But if you really want to download it, you can still do it. Because a lot of the times I just didn't want to spend the time building. So that's why I would look on the gallery. And so if I had to furnish a few things, that didn't bother me any. So if it doesn't bother you any to have to adjust a few things like that, definitely can do that. And this one is a good house for that, I think, because I don't think I use a million things from a million packs. It's more like a thing here and there. Like these chairs on the front porch here are from one of the stuff packs. Perfect patio, backyard stuff, one of those. Who can remember? They're like the same pack to me. I don't even know why those were two separate packs. It's like the same thing. I don't get it. But anyways, I think that is like one of the only items I used from that. Maybe one other item. But it's like if you don't have that pack, it really doesn't affect anything. You can just put different chairs on the front porch or just not have chairs on the front porch, you know? So, very versatile that it lets you download stuff even without the packs. It just doesn't put those objects in, of course. Anyways, I've kind of lost my train of thought. I don't even know why I was talking about the gallery now. I wish I could focus or have some sort of brain cell up here, but I always forget what I'm doing. Doing some landscaping here. You can start to see me going through debug, I believe. There's a few debug items out there already, but I go ham. I had to edit out a lot because it seriously was like hours and hours of going through debug. Probably won't do that again for a long time now. And in the front here, I put a little pond. It's actually a swimming pool, of course, because we don't have ponds. And this was a creative liberty that I took just to make it interesting out front. And I think it ended up looking pretty good. It's really tedious adding all these rocks, unless there's an easier way to do it, and I did it the hard way. But it was really tedious doing it, but it was totally worth it because I thought it looked real nice in the end. Added a bunch of plants eventually, a bunch of little grassy things, and I just think it looks real nice. Would recommend doing this in your builds. I think this would be a good idea if you did like a cabin-y build, like if I built in Granite Falls and put one of these ponds on the lots, maybe. That might be fun. I think I've met my end. I'm tired of talking about this build. Did pretty good though. I talked for like 12 minutes, 13 minutes. I can't read the time on my screen right now. That's a lot better than I normally do. But let's talk about something not build related. So I think in my last build, or semi-recently, if you listen to them, I said I started playing Spyro. Good game, love it. If you haven't played Spyro, you gotta. How have you not played Spyro? Spyro's iconic. But anyway, I started playing it, and I'm still on the Spyro 1, whatever the first one's called, and I just want to talk about the flight worlds, the worlds where you just go in and you have to get like 8 of 4 different things. It could be like arches, treasures, fire lamps, I don't know what they're called exactly, or like there was like people in airplanes that you had to flame down. But anyways, those flight worlds are so incredibly difficult. I swear I was spending so much time on each of these because I really want to get 100% in these games, which, side note, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I feel like every game I play now, I must get 100% if I can. If there's a stat that shows you percentage like done, percentage synced, or whatever, there's like something deep inside me that it's like I have to get it every time. I don't have to, but why does my brain keep telling me you have to get 100%? So because of that, I keep playing these flight worlds until I get 100%. Some of them are so stinking hard. I cannot believe it. And some of them, it's really unclear the path you should take, because if you don't know, there's like a time limit on it. And so if you take the wrong path, you're not going to get done and you're going to have to start over. So there's only like one way that you can complete it in the time allotted. And even if you know the right path, sometimes you land in the water, an accident, or maybe you bump into something and that makes you fall down in the water and you have to start over. There's so many things that make it extremely difficult to do. And how did I play this as a child? Like, it came out, when did we decide? Early 2000s, late 90s? I don't know, somewhere around there. I was child when I played this. I was probably playing this when I was like 5 years old or 6 years old or something. How was I playing this game? It is hard. I can barely do it now. Maybe my brain was smarter back then and I was better at video games. I'm not saying I'm good at them now. So maybe I've gotten worse with age. I don't know, but they're very difficult. Which I think is good because it's like Spyro and you think it's like, ooh, some kiddie game that you don't even have to try. No, it's quite difficult. And I like the challenge while also being a pretty simple game, like I said before, collecting gems, saving the dragons. And I'm getting pretty close to the end now. I played it a lot yesterday. And so I'm to the final world, the Nasty Norks world or whatever, where you go in and you have to do like 4 more worlds before you finally get to Nasty Nork, I believe. So I'm almost there, which will be quite fun, because then I can start on the second one, which I also love. Spyro 2 is so good. I remember playing that when I was younger, and I could never complete it because I just was bad at it, I guess. I don't know. I never could get past the first world because, or at least I think that's the first world. There's that one wall where you're supposed to climb up, but you don't get the climbing skill for like ages after, and I never could climb the wall. And I used to be so upset, be like, I just want to climb the ladder. I want Spyro to climb the ladder, but I can't do it, and I can't get far enough to get that skill. And now I can do it. So that's good, but I really enjoy that skill. Why is it so fun to climb a ladder as a dragon? I don't know. I was also thinking that for Christmas I couldn't decide what I wanted to ask for my parents and my aunt. And I was thinking I could ask for video games, so I'm trying to expand beyond Spyro and all the little dinky games I have, all the kiddie games, Assassin's Creed. So I'm trying to find some Xbox One games that I can ask for. I know there was a Tony Hawk remake, which I have to get because I love Tony Hawk. I have all the Tony Hawk games on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, so I know I want to ask for that one. And then there was one I saw someone play on YouTube. It was called like A Plague's Tale or something, and I thought it looked really pretty, and I just thought it looked interesting, so I'm probably going to ask for that one. And there was a couple others. Let me look quick. So I put these 2 games on my list too, and I feel like they're classics, and I don't know how I've never played them or even seen them play, but people talk about them all the time, and that is The Witcher 3. I don't know if you have to play the other ones first, but I probably won't. And then Red Dead Redemption. A lot of people have played that. I still haven't gotten it. I thought about buying it ages ago, and I just never did. But I'm probably going to ask for that one too, because I feel like everyone plays that. I mean, everyone in my little bubble plays that, it seems like. And then another one that I see people talk about a lot is Kingdom Hearts. I don't really know much about it, but I've seen like a very short clip of it, and it looks cute, and I've heard good things, so I kind of want to try that out. And then the last one that I was thinking of right now is a Star Wars game. It's called Jedi Fallen Order. Again, it was just like on a recommendation that I saw, and I was like, hey, that looks neat, and so I put it on my list. But the point is, I really want to start playing more Xbox games. I don't really have that many. I still end up playing PlayStation 2 a lot. So also, if you have any recommendations for Xbox One games that you think are fun, let me know, because I don't know how to search for fun games. I like stuff that has like a nice story and it's like a pretty world and not too difficult. I don't really like those first person shooter games, mostly because I suck at them, but I'm pretty open to anything else. So leave me a comment down below if you so desire. I would appreciate it a whole bunch. If not, that's cool. I get it. And because I'm asking for all these Xbox games, that means I'm going to have to buy an external hard drive for the Xbox because it has like no storage. They must do this to make you buy an external hard drive and make more money. But I have like 10 games on my Xbox and I am out of storage, so I have to buy an external hard drive. So I was gonna buy one within the next couple days. I was thinking there's one that I was looking at that's on sale, so I figured might as well jump the gun and buy that, pretending like I have money or something, hoping one day in the future I will have a full-time adult job so I can have money. That might be nice to have money. Money helps you survive, and I like to survive. You know, I honestly can't believe it's the end of the year already, and we're gonna be close to Christmas, and before that Thanksgiving if you're in the United States and celebrate that. How are we here already? Wasn't it March about 3 days ago? I don't understand the concept of time. It's quite a mystery to me. Wish I could understand it, but I cannot. That's how it be. I'm just hoping that next year is better. I mean, I don't think it's gonna solve all our problems, but it can't be worse, right? That I can't. I don't know if I could handle that. So I've decided it's not going to be worse because I can't handle that. That's how it works, right? If I say I don't want it, it's not gonna get worse, right? Of course that's not it, but I can hope, right? I've kind of lost my place in this recording. I accidentally paused it and I didn't notice, so I'm not sure how much time I have left, but I'm just gonna say here in the basement with the 2 bedrooms, I really like the little game fun area out there with the game table and the TV and the foosball. I think that's a real cute area. In The Sims 3, I feel like I always had an area like that in my houses, but in The Sims 4, I never do that, so it was a fun change of pace to put it in this one. But I think we're coming up to the end of the video now. I hope you enjoyed. If not, well, thanks for watching anyway. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment something down below, and subscribe for more videos like this. I will see you all in my next video, for whatever that might be. Bye.